afternoon, good evening, everyone. Consumers today expect any problem they face to be solved very quick and very easy. And this demand from us convenience and immediacy. And this is critical for our brands. Imagine 32% of our consumers will walk away from the brand they love just if we make a mistake, just if they have a bad experience. Today, we will discuss a bit about the importance of digital transformation and how this digital transformation is at the end a catalyst for value creation for our consumers, for our customers, and for our stakeholders. I am Maria Celina Ordonez. I lead IT for Latin America as well as shared services. And I'm based out of Costa Rica, where we have our global IT hub as well as our global shared service center, one of them. And I have two major missions in this company. The first mission is to drive Latin America digital transformation from the north of the region in Tijuana up to the south in Ushuaia, Argentina. And my second responsibility is to grow and develop IT leaders that are first business leaders, but that use technology and IT skills as a game changer on how we create value to the company. Before I jump to talk digital transformation, at the end, I would like also to introduce our company because this is the company where digital transformation is playing a very critical role. Very quickly, so you get into the context, P&G has been around about 185 years. We are a company that plays around 10 categories in the consumer packaged goods company. We are present in 160 countries, and we serve more than 5 billion of consumers across the world. From the creation of the company, the moment we create the Ivory soap bars and the soap operas, we were the creators of the soap operas where we used to do advertising, to nowadays where we have AI-driven Oral-B toothbrush as a capability that has IoT within the product to improve the healthcare of our consumers. Innovation has been in the cornerstone of our company. It's part of our DNA, and in fact, it's part of our cornerstones in delivering success. And digital, as you can imagine, plays a major role on how we do that. But we don't do digital for the sake of doing digital. We are part of an integrated growth strategy to drive superiority. Our mission is to deliver daily products with superiority to our consumers. And when we talk superiority, we are talking superiority in several vectors. We are talking superiority in the products. We are talking superiority in the packaging, in the media, in the retail, as well as in the value. At Procter & Gamble, we deliver that through several strategies. Product supply, so products arrive on time where we need it. It's a very critical capability. Sustainability, we deliver our superiority at the same time we deliver sustainability. We also believe on delivering or having an empowered and agile organization that is energized and have a value equation forward for P&G. And last but not least, what we are going to talk today, digital acumen is foundational in our integrated P&G strategy. And the key pillar that within the strategy we drive, it's called digital for growth and value. And it is not digital for the sake of digital. It is not just to have this inserted because it looks nice in the picture. It's because we recognize without digital transformation and digital capabilities, we will not have a competitive advantage to win in the marketplace. So it's a critical component in the center of our corporate strategy that is deliver superior value to the consumers every time, every day in their lives. So this is why digital transformation makes sense as a way to create value. Now, think what is digital. Digital is everywhere. Digital goes from technology that is in our products. For example, we have, as I mentioned, IoT devices in some toothbrush that at the end helps our consumers to have a better habits, understand better their patterns and what they can do better to ensure a better oral care. We have IoT in the diapers, and with the IoT in the diapers, we can have the tracking of how the baby is doing, how he or she is sleeping, if he or she is wet or not. and the mom can be relaxed until the IoT device sends a signal. And just to name a few elements. We also use IoT to understand our consumers in the laundry rooms, in the bathrooms. We also have digital experience with our consumers. Imagine every digital commerce experience, every time you receive an advertising, so any of the media elements, call it TikTok, YouTube, whatever. At the end, this is a mass precision marketing that arrives to you with a particular message. This has technology. Seeing the way we engage with our stores, with our retailers, with our distributors, understanding how to fill better the stores, how we are with the right presence in the store where we need to be. That's also technology embedded. And last but not least, technology is in every single moment of our operations, financial operations, employee operations, and of course, our manufacturing operations that are very relevant at the end to operate our company at P&G with optimization, with productivity. So every dollar we save, we can reinvest on better products for our consumers who are ultimately we serve, because at the end we serve the consumers. In everything of this, we have data, we have artificial intelligence, we have algorithms embedded in our process, and all of those is based on modern technology. And as you can see, this is a key component of keep driving value to the company, and most importantly, to our consumers. But I would like to talk a bit about the secret sauce and the ingredients of a digital transformation. Digital transformation is not just about putting devices or bringing data. It needs to be integrated. And I'm going to go very fast. So these 5 components. First component, we need to be always linked to our business purpose and our strategic alignment. Every single intervention we do needs to be connected with what is the value we are creating, why we're doing that. Is that in line with one of our strategies? You saw digital transformation is part of our integrated strategy, but within every sub-element, how and why we do things is always connected with our purpose, with a concrete value creation we plan to deliver through data and technology. The second component is the clear job to be done. Nowadays, with so many data, with so many technology, it's very easy to get distracted with a shiny object, with the new device, new technology, image recognition, capabilities that are bringing algorithms all the time. And it's very easy to waste zillions of dollars and terabytes of data and just do not deliver anything, just because we are not clear on how to deliver the value or what is the problem we are solving. So it is fundamental that before we enter in any endeavor of digital transformation, we understand first what are the problems we want to solve, what are the jobs to be done that we are not doing, and most importantly, how this connects with the consumer, because consumer is the boss. We need to serve our consumers, and everything has to be consumer-centered. The third element is technology is not isolated. Technology is part of a process. Could be a product supply process, an employee process, a go-to-market process, a marketing process, but everything lives in a process. And if you try to automate, digitize, or bring intelligence to a process that is broken, that is cumbersome, that is complex, that has not been transformed, most likely we will fail. So the first intervention we do every time we plan to bring data and technology is not to bring data and technology. The first intervention is how we simplify the process, how we make it simpler, how we make standards, especially in global corporations, so we can anchor on scale. And once we are on that, it's when we basically start inserting data. So we digitize, then we automate, and ultimately we bring intelligence, real-time intelligence that is helping to accelerate decisions, to operate faster. But the process needs to be cleaned up first. Every time we try to automate a broken process, what we just generate is, let's say, an increase of the problems and exponential growth of the problems, because technology just will make the problems bigger if we do not focus on transforming the process first. Fourth element, the human aspect. The human is who is in the center. Humans need to be equipped to run the operations, or to run the business in a way we run the business today. It's not the same how we used to do advertising 20 years ago or how we do advertising today. It is not the same how the chopper was behaving 20 years ago how the shopper is behaving today. So training our organization to treat the data as an asset, to learn to run the new processes that are digitally enabled is as important as any of the other three variables I have mentioned. And all of these four variables goes now to the five, which is the digital foundation. Basically, is the digital foundation at the service of the strategy, at the service of solving problems, at the service of a process, and run by people that is our employees or are our employees or corporate alliances to deliver value. Now, what is in that digital foundation? And there are five things that are very relevant and when we decide capabilities. First, granular data. Granular data, I'm talking stores data, I'm talking consumers data, operational data, which at the end feeds algorithms and give us insights and help us to put those algorithms in our operation and deliver real-time insights or insights to the operation so we can do more efficient, accelerate decision making, and serve ultimately better our consumers. The second element are the platforms. We have to run in modern technologies, platforms that are scalable, cloud first, integrated through APIs, leveraging microservices. So we do not need to repeat. We can leverage on this. And interestingly, in a cloud first environment, we are also contributing to sustainability because the reality is we're reducing the carbon footprint when we reduce, let's say, the on-premise type of data centers. Third element, super important, that needs to be there, and I hear in the previous presentation we were talking about this topic, is every time we bring a digital transformation, privacy and InfoSec needs to be in the center. We need to protect the privacy of our consumers that accept to share their data with us, with our employees, our vendors, our customers, and also we need to protect the company from any incident that may end on a disruption. So we try to prevent financial risk, reputational risk, legal risk, and operational risk. The fourth element is it's very nice to bring new capabilities, but most importantly is to make them to operate with quality. And we're talking here intelligent operations. Having intelligent operations and deliver quality in everything we run, from our product supply capabilities, our go-to-market marketing capabilities, is super relevant because this is about to protect the value we already have. And this allows us to concentrate on creating new value. But if we cannot run stable operations and quality operations, we are not just gonna not earn new value, we are gonna erode the value we already have. So this is about protecting the value and prevent and allowing us to do more innovation. And last but not least, the way we bring these capabilities live is also very different than how we used to do in the past. It's about agile, it's about decomposing the problem in small deliverables that adds value, that help us to deliver value faster, probably less value, but in faster period of time. So at the end, we are delivering value faster. But the other thing that is very relevant about delivering agile well is we can make mistakes, we can fail cheap, but correct, learn, pivot, and restart again, especially when we are playing in technologies that are very new and very, very, let's say, uncommon in the marketplace. So I will go very quickly to an example of how we are bringing this to life. And this is the example of the digital go-to-market space. And I'm going to try to go through the example, trying to explain how this particular capability we have in our company is connected with the 5 elements I just mentioned before, or the 5 secret sauce ingredients. First one is, I told the first ingredient is business purpose and strategic alignment. So this capability or set of capabilities is super aligned with our superiority intent. And in this particular case, superiority in the stores, either they are online or offline. Our missions and the alignment with the strategy is to make the shelf look like the shelf at the right. This is a physical shelf, but the same online. So our products are available, affordable to our consumers at the right price and at the right moment. This is very linked with our purpose and our integrated strategy. So this digital capability, it's fulfilling the first criteria, which is we are delivering value. In this case, we are delivering value through making the products available in the moment our consumer needs, in the front end needs, which at the end boosts the consumption, and consumption drives value. Second one that I mentioned was We need to be clear on the job to be done. We need to focus on the consumer. We need to make sure the product is available. And this is very critical in an environment that is very fragmented. We have from small formats, ultra convenient formats, super hypermarkets, cash and carry, and our consumers shop on all of these places. And the same individual shops in different places, online and offline. They have different shopping missions, and we need to make sure our product is there. So that's the problem we need to solve. Our product is there, it's attractive, and it's affordable to the value that a consumer is getting on this. The third element is we focus on end-to-end processes from understanding the consumer up to the moment it arrives to the store. Technology and data is in every process. From the moment we understand the consumer to the moment we convert that in a strategy, then to market plans, promotions that create value to the company and to the consumer. Then we drive the execution. Then we have the operations in the store. And ultimately, if there is an out of stock or is about to be an out of stock, we have a signal that triggers the replenishment process. We have to equip our organization from the merchandiser, the sales rep, and the people in the headquarters to run this process with the technology. And last but not least, we do all this with the digital foundation that I mentioned. In this case, I'm just showing here the app that the merchandiser used to get data and to get alerts to execute the store. These signals are coming to our corporate data lake. These signals are stored in our cloud computing capabilities that are driving scale, and ultimately that translates in insights. This capability, for example, to close with the example, was very critical during COVID times, because during COVID times, shoppers changed their shopping habits. They changed first the places where they used to go, but they also changed the consumer habits because they start buying more the type of products to increase the health of the family. We were able, through these digital capabilities that connected the digital go-to-market end-to-end, to determine first a change on behaviors where they were shopping, but also change on demands of our product. And that allowed us during pandemic times to be present in every single store where our consumers were needing the products. And that allows us, in our case, keep running the business, create value for our company. At the same time, we were serving our consumers in very, very complex times. Just to close, and that is my last slide, this value is delivered because, and this is very linked with this forum, we value everyone, we include everyone, and performing at the peak, it's the consequence of an environment that is inclusive. In our case, we are looking for resembling what happens in the external world in terms of different diversity elements. From women, which is what we are discussing today. Today we're talking about women in the technology space, to sexual orientation, to people with disabilities. For example, we're looking for to have 1% of our population being neurodiverse, like the world is. And as a consequence, this enrichment of diversity on thinking styles, socioeconomic styles, and way to operate is what enrich our way to bring new ways to do the things, more innovation, and ultimately help to deliver the digital transformation that creates value for our company. And with that, thank you. That was everything. I don't know if there is time for questions or how we are in time.
Hi, Maria. Thank you so much. We are right on the nose again today. Lots of presenters perfectly using their time up. So unfortunately, no time for questions, but we did have some in the chat. So if you pop over there, we can make sure to wrap those up with the group. But thank you so much for coming here with us today. I think so much of what you talked about, Maria, there's going to be, whole other presentations coming from it. I think it's so interesting how consumer habits are changed. I know you probably have so much data and information on that. And I don't know if I'm ready to picture IoT in diapers just yet, but there are some amazing things that you're working on. So thanks so much for sharing with us here today.
Thank you.